Hi, I'm Lisa Reis, interior decorator and home stager, and today we're at Walls Republic, and I'd like to talk to you about one of the things I get asked the most about when it comes to wallpaper. How do you select wallpaper? I have 3 quick tips or ways in which you can narrow down the minutia of picking wallpaper. So the first thing you want to consider is style and space. You want to look at color scheme, and of course you want to look at pattern. So when you're considering your style and space, you really want to find out what your personal style is, whether you're into traditional, contemporary, modern, eclectic. Here's 3 examples where I can show you. Something like this is very traditional. And then if a client were to say to me, I'm really into something with a little bit of a contemporary feel, you would go with maybe a damask that has a beautiful metallic finish behind it. And if they're really eclectic and more on the modern edge, I would love to recommend something like this damask over top of a barnboard pattern. So just keep in mind when you're considering your style, what your space is for, how you live in it, and what your personal style is. Another thing you want to consider when you're selecting wallpaper is your color scheme. You want to look at papers and consider the mood and ambiance. So for example, these lacy papers would look beautiful in a woman's room or a closet space. It's a very delicate pattern, and it has a beautiful metallic finish, which kind of talks to my next point, which is lighting. You really need to view the wallpaper that you're going to be purchasing under the lighting conditions of the specific space you're intending it for. Literally tape the wallpaper to the walls and live with it throughout the day and see how the light hits it. As you can see, this one in particular with the little tree motif has glass beading, and when light hits it, it really shines. Any of these papers are beautiful for light reflection, and they really create a light, airy, elegant, feminine mood in a room. The third and final step you want to consider when you're selecting wallpaper is pattern. You have an option of either going with a large scale pattern or a small scale pattern. When you're deciding on pattern, you really want to consider the room. If it's a large room, go with a large pattern. If it's a small room, go with a small pattern. Not to say that you can't do the other way around, but that's just a good tip if you aren't sure. And of course, the third thing within pattern is mixing patterns. You're totally fine if you're within the same scale of patterns to mix your patterns. Play with wallpaper, it's super easy to install, and it's a lot of fun. Hopefully these 3 quick steps will help you pick the wallpaper of your dreams. Until next time, happy decorating, and don't forget to live with style.